It's not long now until Umas that are unforgettable and some reruns to some key support cards are released. But before then, there's a couple of Umas and a couple support cards that comes out before then. So let's go through them for now, and I'll also talk about the free card we get with the Halloween event. Let's start with the most skippable part of this banner, the characters. Halloween Agnes Digital and Halloween Meisho Doto. Halloween Agnes Digital's strengths come from her potential skills. She trades Umastan and Wet Conditions for It's On and Umastan, as well as medium traits and lead the charge for forward march and an exclusive gold skill called Can't Keep Me Down. The major trade-off she has comes in the form of her unique skill. Besides the god-awful localization change for the skill compared to the Japanese server, the activation condition requires her to be in 4th or lower and have 3 girls in front of her. What makes this a bit confusing is the 3 girls in front of her part of the condition. Are they 3 girls in a cluster? Do they need to be in front at any random distance apart from each other? It doesn't quite explain it. Plus, it's a mid-race velocity skill, compared to the late race condition of overtaking 2 Umas that the original Agnes Digital has as a unique. Overall, I think she's just okay. She has better racing skills and potentials than the original, with a worse unique, whereas the original has not as good racing skills, but a much better unique that can still win on the last leg. Now let's move on to the other Uma on the banner, Halloween Meisho Doto. Halloween Doto is very much similar to Digitan. She has a much better potential skills with swinging Maestro on the attack, right-handed and neck and neck, versus non-standard distance, Speed Star, Subdued Pace Chasers and Indomitable. This puts Halloween Doto firmly in the Pace Chaser strategy with those potential skills, whereas the original Doto can be free to be either pace or late depending on the track. But just like Digitan, the uniques are vastly different. Original Doto provides a speed and acceleration boost upon overtaking someone in the late race. Halloween's Doto unique skill is a speed increase alongside a current speed decrease to the 2 Umas directly in front and directly behind her. It can only be triggered from 4th and above upon entering the final straight. So it comes down to personal preference. Do you like Doto to be free to run as a pace or late, or do you want to run Doto purely as a pace chaser? Now let's talk about the most complicated part of this lineup, the support cards. Daitaku Helios Speed and Mejiro Stamina. Helios Speed on the surface is a decent speed option. It has high friendship bonus, good specialty priority, speed bonus and skill point bonus, and whilst lacking in training effectiveness or even mood effect, it provides a decent mix of green and velocity skills around the mile distance and gives the gold skill to Slipstream. So what exactly is wrong with it? Her problem is that she doesn't move the needle amongst the current crop of speed cards. Other cards have higher specialty rate, training effectiveness, a unique skill that can be fulfilled pretty easily and consistently, and more importantly, is already on our account. 400 pulls or 60,000 carats for a card that would in essence be the number 4 or 5 speed card in the game is not an appealing offer. So what about borrowing her? Well, that too has its issues. As it provides mile skills, you could argue that it can be taken when building for miles. Unfortunately, Taiki Shuttle Speed is the mile-specific speed card and gives us much more mile-oriented skills. The best chance for Helios to see any play would be in manual runs in Track Blazer. She has a 10% race bonus to help reach the 50% minimum, and a gold skill that cannot be obtained through rival races. So if Helios isn't moving the needle, what about Mejiro? This is where it gets rather complicated. Should frontrunners mainly pull on this card? My answer is categorically no. Once again, on the surface, high friendship bonus, high specialty rate, skill point bonus, initial stamina and guts, and a very good skill for frontrunners in taking the lead. A skill that is only on Mihono Bourbon Whip, but similar to Helios, lacks training effectiveness, mood effect, and has a clunky unique effect that gets very little use out of a typical career. Another thing you have to consider is when you're likely to use this card. There is one specific instance you're likely to use this card, but first we need to consider stamina cards for a moment. Stamina cards are primarily used on some medium tracks and every long track. If you are using a stamina card, it's almost always Super Creek and almost always to get swinging Maestro. Palmer doesn't provide the same performance nor provide a gold recovery skill, so when can she actually be used? Like I said earlier, there is only one time in the game when the card was used, in the first League of Heroes event when training specifically Valentine's Mihono Bourbon. With her unique skill and a recovery skill like Moxie, and the evolved skill for Escape Artist that provides a small heal, and probably alongside 700 to 850 stamina and guts, it should be enough to see her go through the race and not need a gold heal. Also, during that period, the Gacha Bourbon Wit card is out, meaning everyone gets access to solid preparation, the gold version of groundwork, meaning that in order to contest the front coming out of the gate, Bourbon will need a 0.4 starting acceleration of her own. So you have to ask the question, would you spend 400 pulls on a banner that has the 4/4 best speed card in the game, as well as a stamina card that can only be used months after its release and never to be used again? Especially a week before a banner, a lot of players are interested in more than this one. Let's just see what we get for the free card instead. The card we will get for the event is going to be Shinko Windy Guts. Unlike the gacha cards, this is actually a very good card for making parents, specifically dirt parents. She gives us a level 3 hint on skills such as wet conditions, full tilt, down in the dirt, and got the spirit, as well as some debuff skills like oppression. Her gold skill is the gold version of Modi. By having access to dirt skills not really found on other cards at this point in the game, it's a very solid option for spark farming when it comes to making parents for the next dirt champions meeting. Speaking of champions meetings, if you're still trying to figure out who your aces are in the upcoming Libra Cup, check out this video where we go over the best Umas to use and their best strategies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.